Kaeyi and welcome back to Hardware Heaven. Today we have a bundle of goodies for you from Thermaltake, specifically TT eSports. We have a mouse pad and a headphone stand, so a lot to get through in this video. I'll be giving my thoughts and feelings on all of the products, so let's get started. Start by taking a look at the TT eSports Level10M Hybrid mouse, and by hybrid we mean it can be wireless and wired. So a lot of people buy wireless mice for various reasons. Either they want to use it on their bed when watching TV and kind of just maybe they're using Netflix and they want to use a mouse and they're using it through their computer, or they like using a wireless mouse on a laptop, or they just like the feel of having no strings attached feel on their desk. But in the past, most wireless mice, you would have to charge them, then use them, and if they ran out of battery, you would put them on the dock and they would be unusable during that time. Now, this hybrid mouse basically allows you to use it wirelessly, and then when it's run out of battery, simply plug it in and use it wired like you would any other mouse, which is extremely useful. I really like this feature, and I think it's definitely something that we should have in wireless mice going on in the future. So let's take a look at everything that we get in the box with this mouse and all of the features and exactly what it looks like. So here we have the Level10M Hybrid mouse. Currently it is in wired mode, as you can see. I will give you all the information on how you switch from wired to wireless, but first I want to show you everything that you get in the box. We have our multi-language quick installation guide. It's pretty simple. Plug it in, Windows will acknowledge the drivers, and then you go onto the TT eSports site, download the latest firmware and drivers, and you'll be able to change all of your profiles and things like that. We also get a Level10M wireless mouse postcard. This is easily the oddest thing I've ever seen in a peripherals box. I have never thought to ever get a postcard, but I think it's kind of cool. Maybe you could tease your friends and be like, hey, look at this new mouse I've got. So you get that also. We also get a nice little alloy kind of screw tool here, so we can change all of the settings for the Y and the X axis to change the ergonomics and the feel of the mouse, so it's completely customizable, which I absolutely love. We also have the wireless sensor here, which we plug into the end of the mouse to essentially make this wireless. So this is what actually attaches to the mouse to make sure that it can be tracked by the wireless on the USB stick that you plug into your computer or laptop. We also get a USB extension cable, so if you are using it in wired and you find that the braided wired cable isn't long enough, we have a little extension here for you if it's got to reach around to the back of your PC or something like that. You get a couple TT eSports stickers, your warranty information, and a really nice little bag to put everything in, making sure you're not losing anything. And if you're traveling to a lot of LAN events or esports tournaments, this is a really good bag to put all of your mouse equipment in, which I really like. So now I'm going to show you around the mouse and all of its features. It actually has 9 macro keys and it goes up to 8,200 DPI. It's got a 1.8 meter braided cable with gold-plated USB, and it can have approximately 15 hours of gaming on wireless, and it takes 4 hours to charge it fully. So as you can see here, we have a variety of different things going on the top of the mouse. We have some ventilation here to make sure that you're not getting sweaty palm and it's getting really hot and all that stuff. So you've got some nice little air holes. We have then got the first screw here, which you can change the X-axis. Then we've got our scroll wheel, which also has a button click on there as well. Our left click and our right click. Now this little glowing square here, when it's flashing, it means that it's low on battery and it is charging. When it's solid red, it means that it's fine, it's got battery, it's all good. And when it's blue, it means it's not connected to the wireless device, so you need to pair it. We've then got 1 to 4 down on the right hand side. Now this basically acts as our DPI measure. If I press, this button on the left-hand side, you'll see that we'll be changing the modes. Now, if you press it in the middle, straight in, it changes the mode and you can see that it changes the colour. So you'll associate different profiles with different colours in the drivers. But we can not only change our mode, if we actually toggle this button either up or down, down actually increases the DPI and the upwards towards the top of the mouse decreases, and the down increases. So there we go, you should be able to see the light changing from 1 all the way down to 4, and that will increase your DPI or decrease as necessary, and you can set by how much it increases or decreases your DPI in the drivers. On the right hand side of the mouse, you've got your thumb grip and you've got another key here to be able to change the X and Y axis. This mouse actually also has 3D steering tilt on here as well. You'll be able to see this. You can actually hold the mouse how you feel best. It doesn't move around too much. It's not wobbly. It's just nice that if you put some pressure on it, it would lean to the side that you feel best. Back on the left hand side, we also have 2 more buttons here. A and B, which you can program to whatever you like. As standard, it's back and refresh on your web browser. On the bottom, we've got a decent amount of mouse feet. We've got an on-off switch for the wireless and a pairing button, which is extremely nice. You'll see that it's got an extremely ergonomic shape already, which you can increase and decrease. You'll be able to see there is a spring inside here, which if you loosen this screw, it will bring up the mouse, making it more ergonomic for you. So you can change the DPI on the fly with the 5 different gaming profiles and the colour indicators by pressing this button. It's got a completely onboard memory, so it's just plug and play sort of, as long as you've got the drivers and things like that, and you'll be able to switch it no matter where you are. And it's got a nice rubber coating on the mouse to enhance your grip, so when you're playing eSports or an extremely difficult pressured game, you're not going to lose grip and press the wrong button or anything like that, which I think is really nice. Overall, I really like the design of this mouse. I think that it's got the right amount of buttons, especially for like a MOBA or an FPS game, especially those sorts of games that are high up there on the eSports priority. I really like that we've got these ventilation holes and you can see the TT eSports logo on the inside. I like the fact that when we change the profiles, it's changing the colour, so you really know which one you're on. The only thing I don't like is this part here. I feel that this kind of part where you change it from wired to wireless, which I'll show in a second, is a little bit clunky. It's like your mouse has a little horn, and I think maybe this could have been done a little bit better. I would have preferred to actually have just inserted it directly into the top of the mouse without having this sort of lengthy part here, but hey, I'm sure there is a reason for it. I just find it adds a little bit of extra weight onto the mouse, making it quite heavy. Now, as I said, I will show you how you change it from wired to wireless. So it's currently in wired, and all you do to change it, it is a little bit fiddly, so bear this in mind. It took me a little while to figure it out. You have to lift up this section of the sort of wired part. As you can see, it's exactly the same as this, but with a cable on. You have to lift it off this sort of metal plate here, and let me just do that for you. It is quite fiddly. There we go. So you just pop it off. As you can see, it's got a hole in which slots onto these little prongs, and then you just remove the little mini USB, and you'll hear that it's completely unplugged from my laptop there, so we've got no lighting on. And then to plug it back in, you want to make sure that you put the little USB connector in, and then you'll want to put it back onto the metal prongs. And there you go. This is what it looks like completely wireless. As you can see, it's still got this little horn type of thing here, which I think just makes it really sort of a clunky feel. If it didn't have that, I would absolutely love this mouse. Performance-wise, it's great. It does everything that I would want it to do. It's got profiles, it's got memory, you can change the DPI either really high or really low down to 100, but this little horn part is just a little bit off-putting for me. I really like that you can really change how this mouse feels. So let me unscrew this for you and you'll be able to see. So this is the amount that you can unscrew at the top here, and you'll see that the spring is quite loosened. Now if I tighten this, you'll be able to see that it does go down quite a lot, and the spring is completely tightened there, right inside. So if you do prefer to have your mouse a lot more flatter, this would be better for you. And again, you can change this here as well. So you've got a lot of customization, you've got a lot of DPI changes, and I think that it is extremely nice on the bottom. It performs well on a decent mouse mat, and overall it's a solid mouse. I'm gonna give this mouse alone the performance award because I think it performs great. It does exactly what it says it wants to do, but it's just a little bit clunky on the front here, which is a little bit off-putting for me. I'm just going to quickly show you around the drivers now. So they're pretty simple. This is what they look like. You can see all of the different modes, and you combined the various keys on the mouse. So here we can select from a various different options. At the moment, as I said, it's set to forward. And then we've got all of the others which we use currently to change the sensitivity, aka DPI. And then we've got the right, scroll and left clicks. And we can see here that we can change the performance DPI, like I said, for each of the different modes and the various DPI settings 1 to 4. And then we can actually change the lighting on the mouse, and we've got a color hue down the right hand side which we can select for both sections of our mouse. We've got our right hand side and our left hand side, and we can set those both a different color. So if you don't like it flashing red, you can have it flashing pink if you want to. We can also go on to the different profiles. As I said, there are 5 different profiles that you can have stored on the actual mouse hard drive, and we can change those as we wish, as well as all of our macros as well here, which we can edit up if we wish to and keep them saved on board. Next, we've got the TT eSports White RA Special Tactics mouse mat. Now, I really like this mouse mat, first of all, because of how thin it is. Sometimes you'll get like a speed performance or a friction or a kind of precision performance mouse mat, and they are quite thick, which I personally don't like. I'm a surface kind of girl. I either like a surface that sticks directly onto my desk or something that's extremely thin with a lot of grip. This has that. The bottom is so grippy. It doesn't really move at all. I'm trying to slide this with all of my force and it is not moving off this little table. Now, I really like the finish as well. It is a speed finish, which I absolutely love. It means that you can move your mouse faster without having to worry about having any sort of friction on there. There is control though. The rubber-based design does mean that it sticks, so you've got control and you can stop exactly when you want to. It's not slippy, it's not slidey, but it's just a nice smooth surface so that you can move it around as much as you like. The design I absolutely love. I really like that we've got the TT eSports design here and a signature, I assume, from an eSports player. Not that big into eSports, especially any sort of FPS scene, so not sure who this is, but if you are a big fan of eSports, you'll probably know, and this is something you should definitely check out. They do a wide range of mouse mats from all kinds of eSports players, so check them out, all different designs, all different sort of finishes, and all that good stuff. Absolutely love this mouse mat. I think it's a great design, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. Lastly, we have a product that I haven't really seen before. It is the Hyperion headphone cradle, they call it, which is a headphone stand essentially. So it's completely easy to build. I'm just going to flip this over for you now. You basically just slot the main part into the base and put these 2 little back pieces on, and you can put your headset on it to avoid it from getting dusty and dirty and all that good stuff, especially if you've got like a light colour or a white headset. This will be very useful. So I'm just going to put this together now for you and show you what it looks like. So we have the base. Then we slot in these 2 arms right into it here. There we go. Slot in there. And the second one, push that right in. It's a little bit stiff, so you're going to have to really push that in. And then on the back we have these ridges with these 3 little plastic slots to put in to keep it together. So we'll just slot those in now. And they just give a little click so that you know they are in position. Again, it's one of those things that's a little bit fiddly. If you're used to building things, you'll have no problem at all. But with my little weak hands, I need a little bit of pressure to put those in. So there we go. This is the headphone stand. What do you expect from it? It says what it does on the tin. I really like the design of it. I think the black and red colours look extremely sleek. Something I would definitely be proud to have on my desk, considering my PC has a nice glowing red light on the front. So this would completely match. Nice idea. Place the headphones on here. It's extremely sturdy. You're not going to worry about them falling off. It's got some nice rubber grips right along the top here, so you're not going to damage your headset at all, and it's going to hold it nice and sturdy. I think this is a great idea. Really, really love it. Definitely recommend getting one. It just makes your really headset, if you're proud of it, just hang it nicely. I have a ton of headsets. I always struggle with piling them all up, so definitely going to be using this in the future. Overall, I'm extremely impressed with those products. This is the first time I've ever encountered, let alone reviewed, a TT eSports or Thermaltake product. The mouse is such great performing. I've really, really loved using it. It's really, really high quality. The only thing that really put me off was the wireless to wired functionality. It's a little bit fiddly and complicated, but once you've got the hang of it, it's not an issue at all. And as long as you don't mind that little horn bit on the front, you're good to go. The mouse is really, really sleek. I love it. It performs well. It gives you the speed like it says, and the headphone cradle, I think, is a great idea, and I really wish that more companies would make one of these, because it would give people some sort of colour variation and all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!